Welcome, FNusa57 here. Once again, I'm back on my Xbox. We're playing some Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and today I got another great video for you. So, I will be showing you the easiest possible way to get the Afterlife camo specifically on melee weapons. As an added bonus, we will also complete the Flow State calling card challenge. So if you haven't done that yet, definitely watch the video. What we have to do here is get 20 kills consecutively 10 times without taking damage, and all the kills must come from the melee weapon. So to showcase this, I will be doing it on the power drill. And yes, you do have to do this, unfortunately, before we can do Nebula. So I've done a lot of testing, and we already have Nebula as shown in my other videos for all the other melee weapons. Of course, though, the most annoying ones to do will be the knife and the power drill because of their decreased range. You'll need a couple of specific things for this, mainly 2 augments. One is going to be on your Melee Macchiato perk. I highly recommend that you have Espresso for all melee attacks are slightly faster, and Stick and Move where your backpedal speed is increased after a successful melee attack. You don't absolutely need the minor augment, but it is helpful. Of course, if you're going to do this by saving and quitting, then you could change these augments before you set up. Personal preference. There's 2 ways to do it, and I'm going to explain both. The other required augment is going to be under your Ether Shroud. You will need Burst Dash, and for a minor augment, I do recommend the Extra Charge. Just in case you mess up the timing, you can go for it again. Once you have those 2 things in place, you are going to want to do one of 2 things. Either A, start up with literally whatever weapon you want. It doesn't matter, whatever weapon, and the melee weapon that you will be working on, making sure that you do have Ether Shroud equipped. The rest is personal preference, but I would recommend the decoys. And if you're doing this from scratch, it'll be a little bit easier if you bring in a combat axe, but completely unrequired. Gumballs, again, you can bring whatever you want. However, if you want to make it, again, easier in case you mess up the timing, bringing in something like a power keg could help. Personal preference, really, at the end of the day. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into directed mode, solo, and Liberty Falls. You can do this the first method, which is just starting from round 1, staying in the spawn till you've built up enough money that you can go open the doors, buy Jug and Melee Macchiato, pack-a-punch your melee weapon, and maybe upgrade the rarity on it to like blue if you want, and then open a couple of more doors, doing it on as low a round count as possible. That way you don't have to deal with any of the annoying enemies. However, if you're like me and you already have a game save, then what you're going to want to do is just load up your directed mode game save for Liberty Falls. Either way works. It's just personal preference. The only difference is if you don't have a save already, you're just going to be staying in spawn at wave cap 3 till you build up enough points to go and buy those 2 perks. It doesn't really matter however you want to do it, though. Entirely personal preference. I'll meet you in game. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I loaded up my save, which I've been using to get the fine Nebula camos. So, obviously, I have everything already set up on this save. If you are on a fresh save, you simply stay in the spawn at round cap 3 till you have enough points to go ahead and go in a roundabout fashion, and you're going to go up through the bowling alley. You can buy stamina up if you want, but it is not required, and you can go and pack-a-punch your knife going up to the church. Once you've done that, if you need to get any sort of rarity upgrade, you can. We have Pack-a-Punch 2 Blue Rarity, which is more than enough for round 15. You really only need, like, Green Rarity Pack-a-Punch 1 if you're doing this on Wave Cap 11, but it's personal preference. make your way over to the bank by the ascender so that you can go up on the roof. Again, there is a arsenal upgrade station up here. There's also the Wonder Fizz up here. You will need to buy 2 perks, making sure I highly recommend that you have the Melee Macchiato. You absolutely need that one. And secondly, just in case things get a little crazy, I recommend buying Jug, but it's personal preference. Do not buy this door. What we are going to be doing is buying this zip line, if you haven't bought it already, and ending up on top of that ice cream shop roof. So this works. Most of you might know this already, and massive shout out to my friend who recommended this to me. Kodiak, thanks a million, dude. Rest in peace, man. Unfortunately, he did just pass away, so it's kind of a sad video, but I wanted to share the information on how to do this because unfortunately a lot of folks have had problems with this. So once you have your Ether Shroud charged, you're going to make your way up here, and when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and sprint, jump, turn, look towards the ice cream shop, and pretty much about when we start falling, we're going to activate our Ether Shroud ability. If done correctly and the timing is correct, you will end up on the ice cream shop roof. If the timing is incorrect, you will either slam into the wall or somehow you'll just end up back here on top of the bank roof. It's really weird. A couple of things to note: do not do this with your melee weapon out, and do not do this with a heavy weapon like a rocket launcher that's going to slow you down. Ideally, you want an assault rifle or SMG. Doesn't really matter which one. So again, we're going to sprint, jump, look, and as we start to fall, like literally as we start to fall, we're going to go ahead and activate Ether Shroud to use that burst dash to go ahead and get on top of this roof. By doing this, we will unfortunately, or fortunately, in our case, only have one spot that the zombies can actually get to us. But this is going to be a little bit of a longer video because these zombies are going to be moving pretty slow. So let the last zombie for the wave that you're on jump up, and you kind of get an idea for where the zombie lands. You want to stand right where the zombie is landing. You do not want the zombie to be landing behind you because they'll probably smack you before you actually get the chance to turn around and hit them. So you want to stand right in front of them, right in front of where they're going to land. And the only 2 things that we have to worry about by doing this, on any round past like 7, you have to worry about the spiders. But on later rounds, specifically 11, 12, 13, you kind of have to worry about the manglers. If your weapon is pack-a-punched and upgraded, then you'll pretty much one-shot the manglers, but it is possible that they can still get a hit off on you. So pretty much just sit here and spam the melee button. I like to crouch, but you can stand as well. It doesn't really matter as long as you're not in the prone position. You're just going to be stabbing the zombies the moment that they land while they are slightly stunned from the actual fall itself. And I'm using the shortest attack range weapon right now, which is the drill. Obviously, it has a fast attack speed by default, but if you're using the baseball bat or cleaver, you can stand a little bit farther back. Don't get too complacent, though, because the zombies will sometimes jump up 3 or 4 at a time, and you have to watch out for the spiders. So when you're doing this, you may want to turn off Vulture Aid, but that's just so that you don't get this little fetid cloud gas puddle. I like having it because it recharges my Ether Shroud in case I have to leave this spot. So what we need to do is get 20 kills, consecutive kills with the drill 10 times. And we have to do that without taking damage. You can take damage in between each set of 20, but then it just makes it take longer. For flow state, what you need to do is kill, I think it's 50 zombies with melee without taking damage. So again, you're going to basically be doing this in the same spot. Now, if you took my advice and you did this on a fresh save, getting up here pretty much probably around wave 4 or 5, then you will have to eventually deal with one vermin. And the problem with the vermin is the vermin are not going to land in the same spot that the regular zombies land at. So all the regular zombies are going to land right in front of me, as you've seen. They're very easy to deal with. The manglers, on the other hand, they will unfortunately land in a slightly different spot. And we actually just messed that up because I went to mark it, and unfortunately, yeah, we pressed the wrong button. So manglers will land... It's very hard to mark, but manglers will land like right here where that little bit of debris is, and the vermin will land over to the right. So if you're dealing with regular zombies here, and you're just sitting here meleeing the regular zombies, when you get a vermin, the vermin is going to pop up, and the vermin is going to land like right here, and then instantly lunge at you the moment that it jumps up. So the vermin can hit you, while with the baseball bat or cleaver, it is entirely possible to just kind of move yourself over and melee it real quick. With the power drill and the knife, it's a lot harder to do that. So with these short range weapons, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to either back away, or you're going to want to take a decoy grenade and toss a decoy over to this side. So don't let the zombies come up and hit you like that guy did. Otherwise, you're just going to be resetting the challenge. But it is super easy to do, and you're just going to continue doing this the entire time. Now, if you're on wave cap, say 7 to 12, what's going to happen is you will have one mangler, more than likely, to deal with. It might be every wave, it may not be every wave. So when the mangler is walking towards you, and you'll see him on your mini map, you're going to want to make sure that you move a little bit closer so you can stab that mangler really quickly when it jumps up here. Unfortunately, the zombie spawns are slow, so just bear that in mind, but this is a heck of a lot easier than trying to rely on charges of Ether Shroud and using Void Sheath in order to get your challenge completed. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here to where we actually unlock Afterlife, because it is literally that easy to do. Again, thank you very much, Kodiak, for mentioning this spot to me, and I hope you're in a better place, man. And there we go, Afterlife unlocked. So it took about maybe 20 minutes, roughly, of just sitting here stabbing the air to finish the full 200 kills. It's definitely not like the absolute fastest way to get Afterlife camo, but it is the absolute easiest way to get Afterlife camo on your melee weapons. At least, you know, for the moment. That doesn't rely on any glitches, no gumballs needed, really nothing special, just a couple of augments, so you don't have to worry about anything getting patched on this. For Flow State, getting those 50 kills without being hit with melee is super simple. You'll actually get that first, and I can't show unlocking the calling card because we already did that in testing, but you'll get that done just by going through this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment on the video, and I will do my best to help you out. Otherwise, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, and, you know, if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing. Make sure you have notifications turned on if you do so you never miss out on another video. Till then, my brothers and sisters, Legion, stay frosty.